a horn test right here. Okay, brake feel is good. You can ride these humps with no problem whatsoever. So here it is with everything removed from the Bronco. Designed and engineered in Dearborn, Michigan, USA. Hey guys, here we have the all-new Ford Bronco, one of the most anticipated SUVs from the American brand, and it is finally here in the Philippines. Today we will be taking a look at the exterior, interior, and we are going to be taking it on a quick drive. $4,998,000 is the SRP for this car, or this truck rather, however you want to call it. You have the classic Bronco fascia right here with circular LED headlights and this interesting bar right here, which is also your turn indicators. It's also your DRL is indicated there. Very macho looking. You have these very rugged bumpers. Off to the side has that boxy design to it. You can see it has the upright windshield right there, and the roof is actually removable as demonstrated here in this white model that we have. Here it is. It looks like that with the roof panels off for that open feel. And also the doors, you can actually remove these doors. You have a lift right here, a guide, and you just have to undo some screws right there and you can easily remove the doors. So here it is with everything removed from the Bronco, from the doors, the roof panels. This is what it looks like. Another interesting detail that I noticed is that the side mirrors, being that the doors are removable, is fixed on the car. So it is fixed in this plastic cowl right here, and it is a very interesting piece when you open the door. So when you open the doors, the windows go down a bit to clear for the rubber seal. So this is the back of the Bronco. You can see the Bronco logo right there. Still has that rugged appeal to it with the rear mounted spare tire. And if you open it up, it has side hinge tailgate. So you open this up first, and then you lift up this glass right here. Just lift it up. Easy opening. And you have a wide access here to the trunk. Although if you're parked in a tight space, you may have to struggle a bit with this side hinged tailgate. Right, so you have this roll bar right here, because again this part can be removed. You have speakers right there, and the seats can also fold down 60/40, giving you more cargo space. You have some storage nooks right there. Underfloor storage, you have a small one right here with, I believe, a drain plug right there, and you have your jack and your fuel filler right there. Close it up. The bumper isn't also as intrusive as in some rugged SUVs. And here you have your accessory ready panel right here where you can mount some accessories right there. To close it up, you first have to close this window, the glass, and then close the tailgate. There you go. Climbing inside the Bronco, you have a stepboard standard right here, but the ride height is still high, so you have to climb inside. Thankfully, you have these grab handles right here. Close the door. Here's the gauge cluster for the Bronco. You still have an analog speedometer right there, but right in the center is a digital gauge display. Steering wheel, it's leather wrapped, 3-spoke design with your cruise control and your radio functions right there. You have a Bronco logo right there. You have this large touchscreen right here with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, fairly responsive. You have your buttons right here for your hazards and your off-road modes right here. These are rubberized. Up top here you have a USB and USB Type-C, because you can mount accessories right here like a GoPro or whatnot. Overhead you have lights here. You can control it via that button right there. Sunglass holder. You have another grab handle here for the passenger. The vents are very rugged as well, but it doesn't feel very premium. The start-stop button is very interesting because it has the signature Bronco headlight right there. Nice detail that they added. You have dual zone climate control, automatic, wireless charger right there with 2 USB inputs right there. You have a Ford badge right here, designed and engineered in Dearborn, Michigan, USA, built at Michigan Assembly Plant. Commemorative badge right there. 2 cup holders, your off-road modes, or GOAT modes rather. Traditional shifter right there, 10-speed automatic. Your window controls are here because again the doors are removable. Side mirror controls are also here. Center console, it's reasonably sized. You have a deep center console right here and another 12-volt power outlet right there. Overall, the dash design has that rugged appeal to it. Also, when you knock on this, it feels really solid, like it's made out of granite. So let's jump in the back seat. Jumping in the back seat of the Bronco, you have a handle right here for easier entry. This is set to my driving position. I have enough leg room. Also, footroom is quite spacious. Headroom, I have unlimited headroom because of the roof removed, but with the roof fixed, I also have a lot of headroom thanks to its square body. Let's close it up. Very spacious cabin, rear seat, and when I move in the middle, there's a hump right here for your drivetrain. Sitting 3 abreast right here can be a squeeze, but still manageable. There's a no step indication right here because it can be very tempting when you're doing your off-roads and taking pictures of the outdoors. But yeah, this is the overall dash design. Still has that square aesthetic to it, and it fits the overall vibe of the Bronco. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it for a drive. Now it's time to drive the Ford Bronco. We can see it is the Outer Banks Sasquatch model. Solid door sounding. Even with the frameless windows, we can see an animation right now on the gauge cluster. And to start the vehicle, here is the key for the Bronco. It does say Bronco here on the key fob, so no Ford logo here. So you have your unlock, lock, and your remote start. So just have the key inside the vehicle, put your foot on the brake, and hit this engine start stop button. The 2.7 V6 starts to life. This is a turbocharged EcoBoost engine. To turn on the dual zone automatic climate control, just flip this toggle right here. Feels solid as well, and you can adjust your temperatures via these rotary dials right here. You have this large infotainment screen which displays nice and bright information. You have your apps like Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You have your Bluetooth audio, radio, and whatnot. And you also have a built-in navigation right here. So to put it in drive, just use this traditional gear selector with the Bronco logo and an American flag right here. And we can already see the Bronco's competitor over there, the Land Rover Defender, another boxy SUV, but this one is built for more off-roading, more rugged adventures. So you have your GOAT modes right here, or driving modes. So you have your normal, eco, sport, slippery or parang winter, mud ruts, and sand. So when you put it in sand, the 4x4 system automatically engages. So we're just in normal mode. There's a nice fuel economy gauge right here telling me my current average fuel economy. This thing is pretty fast, and the V6 sounds so nice. and that's just in normal mode. So let's switch it to eco. There's no auto hold function, but the handbrake or parking brake is located right here. The windows, the front window is quite small, but you do get a nice view of the hood, so you can see your corners. The windows on the sides of the greenhouse are large. In addition, you also have your 360-degree camera here with your front and rear cameras. So it is pretty easy to maneuver this vehicle, this large SUV. Switch it to sport. So it's now holding my revs a bit longer, just to have that instant torque. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, brake feel is good. It really grabs the car. That's a plus, because you know this is a very heavy truck, so you really want good brakes. Now the digital gauge cluster is customizable, so you can see your auto start stop. The engine is on due to outside air temperature, so it is hot outside, so it detects that it won't turn off the engine, because when it turns off the engine it will use less power for the AC. Your trip computer's right here, fuel economy. You can also change your My View displays, so you can customize which settings you want to see. You also have your off-road display right here, off-road status, your pitch and roll, power distribution, tire pressure monitoring. Oh, your gauges, you have a turbo gauge, turbo boost, there's your turbo gauge rather, your oil temp. Everything is digital in this car. You also have your transmission temperature, which would be very helpful when you're off-roading, and your battery voltage right there. You also have your navigation displays, so your previous destinations, favorites, your phone, your audio. But let's take it to the off-road view and just check the turbo boost gauge. Off to the left of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control settings. You have your forward collision warning, lane departure warning, and some of your radio controls are also right here. Thanks to the 37-inch tires, you won't feel the bumps here. Yeah, the ride is quite comfortable. It doesn't feel as jarring as I was expecting, and you can ride these humps with no problem whatsoever. So smooth. And leaving it in sport, there's not much of a turbo delay. But yeah, in Eco, the shifts are earlier, the throttle response is a little bit delayed. But still, you can still feel the V6 doing its job. So here we are in sport. Check it out in the corners. Of course, there's a great amount of body roll in here, but it's still controlled. It feels controlled. The steering is also weighted. in this situation, let's use our 360 camera to see if we can fit in this somewhat tight space. Switch it to normal mode. In normal mode, the 10-speed automatic transmission shifts much more smoother, and the downshifts aren't as aggressive. Let's do a horn test right here. Very American. So current reading from our trip computer, with half a tank, it has 194 kilometers to empty. Road noise with the large tires. In higher speeds, it can be noticeable, but it isn't as distracting. So there's a good amount of sound deadening here. high hood line can make it a bit challenging checking your surroundings down below, like your curbs, but thankfully the 360 camera is a nice help or aid. Also, one thing I noticed is that when you put the windows all the way up, it will slow down near the seal so that it won't make the window noise. So as I mentioned earlier, the side mirrors are actually fixed on the car, so it's a little bit forward, so it will take time a bit getting used to, especially on that side. Alright, we are now here back at the parking lot. So to put it in park, just put it in P, and then the handbrake is right here, parking brake. Pull it once and it engages. So to turn off the car, just press this for the climate control and the start stop button. Also reminds you if you have your child seats at the rear. Okay guys, that was a POV drive of the all-new Ford Bronco. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified once I upload a new video. This has been TJ. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.